This is on quadratic functions. So a recap of the basic quadratic functions. The first one here, the equation is y equals x squared. So the important point to note is the origin 0, 0 here, coordinate 0, 0 is called the minimum turning point. That's because the parabola goes down, reaches the bottom at 0, 0 and starts going back up again. The second graph is a reflection in the x-axis, so it's upside down. That equation is y equals negative x squared. So at 0, 0, that is a maximum turning point. So the parabola goes up, reaches the top at 0, 0 and starts going down again. These are translations. So what that means is the function has been moved left or right. So if we took y equals x squared, we've moved it one space left. So it's all been moved one box to the left. And now our turning point is here at the coordinate negative 1, 0. So it's gone along to negative 1 and it didn't go up. So negative 1, 0 is our minimum turning point. So the equation for this graph is y equals bracket x plus 1 all squared. So there's a little squared outside the bracket. So if it's add 1 in the bracket, that means it's been moved left by one box. So an add in the bracket here in the equation means that the minimum turning point has negative 1, so it's the opposite sign. The next translation is moving one box to the right. So instead of the equation being y equals x squared, it's now y equals x subtract 1 all squared, because the turning point is now 1, 0. So it's a positive 1, 0 for the turning point. So the equation has a negative 1 in the bracket. And that's a minimum turning point as well. So that has been moved one box to the right. So these are similar translations. The first graph has a negative 2, 0. Negative 2, 0, that's the minimum turning point. So put for short min TP. So if we need the equation, we put y equals, put a bracket, put x there, and because the minimum turning point crosses at negative 2, we put add 2 in the bracket, all squared. So it shows you the relationship between the minimum turning point and the equation of the parabola. So this is the equation of the parabola or quadratic. The next one crosses at 5, so the minimum turning point is 5, 0. So the equation of this quadratic function is x subtract 5 all squared, because 5, 0 is also a min TP. So now these two graphs look a little bit more like y equals negative x squared. There's their upside down, they have maximum turning points. So this coordinate here is 3, 0, and that's a maximum turning point, so we can write max TP. So this time our equation has a negative in front of the bracket. So we put negative to indicate that it's this shape going up to max TP, and it's moved right 3 boxes. So moving right means you have to put a negative in the bracket. So negative x subtract 3 all squared is the equation. Next one has got a maximum turning point at negative 4, 0. So its equation, we start with negative because it's got a maximum, put a bracket, squared, x goes there. Now we have to think what number goes in the bracket. You've got negative 4 here for the max TP, so you do the opposite sign in the bracket, which is add 4. Now putting it all together with the previous video for translations up and down, we're going to work out the equation of these two quadratic functions. So we need to identify what is this turning point. So it's negative 4, 2. So to write the equation, the negative 4 is the shift left. So we have to put x add 4 in the bracket, square. And because it's a min TP, it doesn't have a negative in front. You just leave that. And then because we're going up 2, we have to add 2 at the end. So just to indicate where everything goes, we use the highlighter. If this is a negative 4, you need to put positive 4 in this bracket. So that means it changes to the opposite sign. And then if your turning point has 2 for the y value, it's going up 2, you put 2 here. So it's just plus 2, it's the same. The next example has turning point 1, 3, but that's a max TP. So if it's a maximum turning point, you're going to have to insert negative in front of the bracket. So our number is 1. So in the bracket we put x subtract 1 because it's the opposite sign. And it's gone up 3, so we put plus 3 at the end. So you see this is number 1, so that becomes negative 1, swap sign. And this number 3 from the coordinate 3 goes here.